And so now I shall explore a little bit around Burmer's farm. See if there are any interesting side quests. Like there's some woods to the west that might possibly be full of more of those difficult enemies. I don't know. But we got some beach to the south and maybe some NPCs to talk to. So this is the guy I need to talk to for the one who comes and goes. This guy has some involvement with missing people, so he might know something about where Yorn is, but I don't care about finding Yorn, so I'm not going to deal with that. Instead, I will explore the farm and steal everything in sight, including the weeds, if there are any. The rat hole, well, that seems like that's going to be necessary for a quest. Perhaps I will drop a pipe bomb in there and explode the entire rat colony. But is it really a rat hole, or is it like a groundhog mound? Of like a mole or a vole or some other rodent that actually burrows underground? I don't think rats burrow, do they? Never been aware of rats burrowing. Ooh, I can steal their cabbage. There's some recipes that call for cabbage specifically, but I don't think I'm in the active practice of making those recipes. However, it is still a vegetable, so I could use this for cooking other recipes that need vegetables. Oh, hello. They're getting attacked by a rat. Can I get the kill? Nope. Like I couldn't even target the thing. For a second I thought that lady farmer was getting mad at me for stealing the cabbages, and I was like, well, you would be justified. Some random guild member just shows up at your farm, starts taking all your vegetables. I would be up in arms, too. One lone young field raider who's wandered too close to the farm and must be exterminated. That guy's one of very few unique characters here. Hey, you get out of that flour or whatever this is. Rice. Wheat grains. Interesting. You can make a scythe. Wonder if I could use the animation with that. It's a weapon, so I guess it would give me combat animations instead of the actual farming animation. Okay. See, now this is what I was expecting to see. Something like this in the mill in Silbach. This is a windmill as opposed to a water mill. So it's using air, natural wind to move whatever that rotating the blades are, to then, I guess, turn the gears to rotate the grinders or whatever. But I didn't see anything like this, anything at all like that in the one in town. And come to think of it, didn't the guy in town mention like that was the only mill on the island? This is technically a mill. It's just one uses wind power and the other uses water. Either I don't know enough about my terminology, or that guy was mistaken. Hey, you. Who are you?
Kim jesteś?
Nazywam się Joris i prowadzę ten młyn. Prawda, że imponujący?
I don't know anything about mills.
Młyn jak młyn. Nie znam się na nich.
To prawdziwe skarby w dzisiejszych czasach. Szczególnie cenne, gdy głód zagląda nam w oczy.
Can you tell me more about the mill and how it works and how it's different from the one in Silbach? Because I was just contemplating this and realizing that I don't know. But show me your
Pokaż mi
goods.
swoje towary.
He's got scavenger eggs. I like that. I need scavenger eggs to make the, what do I make with that? Oh dear. Is it the apple pastry that I want? Either way, he does have pumpkins and scavenger eggs, so that's a potential option
Muszę lecieć.
Szerokiej drogi.
for me to use to come here if I need more of those ingredients. I just don't see a campfire nearby. I would like to look at my recipes in the menu instead of digging through the journal entry, because I don't remember the specific name. I think it's apples and pastry. And I also don't want to have to slowly scroll through that super long journal entry that shows everything all at once and has to go through the whole thing. So prepare a meal. Apples and pastry, that needs scavenger eggs. So I've got enough here to make, well, I'm limited by 4 milk. But I could make up to 11 just based on the apples that I have. So if I were to buy some more milk, I could make more of that. And then my shashlik, scavenger pumpkin shashlik that I like, it's pretty effective on healing, needs plenty of pumpkins. In fact, while I'm at it, why don't I look at what the boar stew needs, just to make sure. Boar stew on wine, that needs perennial wine. So I have some of that. Whoa. Show me your goods.
Pokaż.
He does have milk. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's enough to make some stuff with what I got. I'll buy some pumpkins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Guess I could buy more than that. Okay, so I do have pieces of salt and then salt. Like one is the raw mineral and then one is the one that's been ground into the granulated whatever.
Muszę lecieć.
I'll abstain.
Szerokiej drogi.
I'll buy more when I need to. Aquamarine. That sounds cool.
Nic tu nie ma.
Nothing there.
Nic tu nie ma.
Nothing there. Give me a black pearl.
Nic tu nie ma. Nic tu nie ma.
Hey, there's one.
Nic tu nie ma.
Where did I get the skull from? And who does it belong to? I don't remember what the skull is supposed to be for. And at one point, didn't... Like, Night of the Raven added some item that made, slowed down all time in the game. I forget what that was. I never ever used it because I was like, I don't need to slow down time, and it's kind of weird, and it, like the way the frame rate worked originally, it was like, eh. I don't think it was a black pearl, but it was something else. Black quartz or something. I really don't remember. Here's my fat fish. Aquamarine sells for 100. I think that is all of my loot that can be opened. I will explore down here a ways and then come back and talk to them some more. Let me start top to bottom. Easier to drop down a ledge than it is to climb up a ledge. Still looking for more blood flies to get some more of the seeds of blue elder. I haven't seen any blood flies in forever. There's a dead guy. What do you want to bet he's going to be for a quest? Some guy absconded with the flour or the grain or the rice or whatever this is. I have to go track him down and retrieve the lost ingredients, and they're ultimately more concerned about the goods that they lost than they are about the life of the guy who died. But look, it's another sacred sock. For you. He stole, or just had, a lot of cooking ingredients in his possession. Is there a dragon root behind here? Yeah, there's one on the side of it. Heyo! My dragon root senses were tingling. I'm like, there's a rock. There's gotta be a dragon root on it. It's a rock behind a tree along a ledge. Like, give me a dragon root, please. And what do you know? There's a dragon root. How many of those do I have now? It's gotta be getting up there. We got 13, so if each potion gives me 3 strength, then that's 39 strength. And of course, I need a King Sorrel, which I'm short 1 relative to my dragon roots, but 39 strength would be... It would get my base value up to 99. And I'm getting considerable bonuses from the apples and a couple of rings and amulets and things. So, if I were to learn Master Alchemy, I would be able to equip the Raven's Beak. Be nice. It's an extra 25 damage, same amount of armor piercing. And it's a cool looking Warhammer type thing, one-handed, which I like. Oh, hello. Y'all seen any blood flies around here? I'm on a quest to get seeds from their guts. Hey, and there's a King Sorrel, so that gets me up to 13 Sorrels as well. I may be approaching the point when it could be getting worth it to just start saving up for mastering alchemy. How many do I have? I got 19, which is always an awkward number. I need a whole nother level up to get the 1 learning point that I need. I want to say I needed like 30 to learn just the advanced. Or maybe it was... like 50 total? Where is my writings? I want to look at the book. Basics of Alchemy. So it's cost me, I think, 10 to learn beginner, and then it's probably 20 and 30. Or 10, 15, 20. It's probably 10, 20, 30, in which case I got several level ups to go before I could learn Master Alchemy. And you know what, it's been a little while since I've saved. I don't anticipate struggling against lurkers, but just in case something bizarre happens. Always good to have a save file, especially hungry lurkers. These guys don't pose any kind of threat. Hard to see my arrow on the beach there, but I could theoretically swim around this rock to get to another small little coast in the forest. Might be a possible way to access some loot without having to go through all the difficult enemies that are in those woods, and I can't pick up that fish for some reason. Or this one. Or this one. What happened? There it is. Somehow my interaction ability got
Nic tu nie ma.
interrupted and canceled out when I opened and closed the map. So many fish on this beach. And oh, there's a dead woman. Brazka's corpse. She died? Are you serious?
Wyrzuciło cię aż tak daleko.
You've been thrown this far, he said. Vrazko's corpse, the destroyed wooden box. I remember looking for it on the ship. It looks like something is glowing inside. And she has an amulet of enlightenment, which is health and mana. I noticed that she was missing on the first beach at the very start of the game, but I assumed, you know, she was going to be a special character who, you know, had some cahoots with the pirates or some contacts with the rest of the island or something. Like she would be a secret member of the Thieves Guild or some other sort of secret society who she had some special contacts that would get her off the shore and into town or something, but she just died. And somehow she, by her lonesome, ended up way over here, while everyone else landed much farther south of here. I am shocked at this. Okay. Something was glowing inside. Why was a heavy dagger glowing inside? Why was there a heavy dagger inside a box? Why didn't she have, like, a hunk of ore, magic ore? It was a dagger?
Nic tu nie ma.
Now this skull is all the way up here. Why is it not, like, way down here at the bottom? Like, my inventory is randomly getting randomized. It is literally getting randomized. Like, things are literally in different places at different times. I don't understand. Why did she have a heavy dagger in a box, and why was the box glowing if it was just a heavy dagger? This makes no sense to me. I kind of want to swim over there under that natural bridge, but I also kind of don't, because I have a hunch that it's just going to be a waste of time. The waves got much quieter. I also, they're not mixed correctly in the stereo channels, because it is definitely a stereo mix, but it is not localized in the game space, so it doesn't matter which way I'm looking. The sound effects are always the same volume in each ear at all times, making it sound like I am just engulfed in water. So why is this area also so much louder than over here? It is significantly quieter.
Hej, ty,
Hey, you. Tell me about Burmer.
co możesz mi powiedzieć o Bermarze?
Do najmilszych osób nie należy, ale to doskonały przedsiębiorca. Gdyby nie on, ta farma już dawno byłaby zapadłą dziurą na granicy cywilizacji. Bermar dba o nią lepiej niż o własne dzieci.
How you doing?
Co słychać?
Żarna mielą jak należy, a ziemia wydaje plony. Inni powiedzieliby, że to zasługa bogów, ale dla mnie to wyłącznie efekt ciężkiej pracy i oddania.
So
Muszę lecieć.
Szerokiej drogi.
he said the quern or the cairn grinds as it should, which I guess is the term for this thing. But again, I don't know anything about mills. I was hoping to learn more than I got out of this guy from dialogue. Hey,
Hej, ty,
can you tell me anything about Burmer?
opowiedz mi o Bermarze.
Wiele w życiu przepracował. Widać to po jego dłoniach. Może i wydaje wszystkim polecenia na lewo i prawo, ale widać, że doskonale wie, co robi.
What about the farm?
Co możesz mi powiedzieć o farmie?
Pomimo niebezpieczeństw z okolicznych lasów, to jest tu wyjątkowo cicho i spokojnie. Widok z tutejszej plaży zawsze mnie jakoś uspokaja. Jeśli natomiast szukasz pracy, to jestem pewien, że Willem by coś dla ciebie znalazł.
Yeah, the view of the beach is very peaceful so long as you don't look at all the monsters or the dead bodies that are washed up there. Ooh. He's like in a weird corner. Prepare a meal. Apples and pastry. I will make as many as I can. I only have 16 scavenger meat. I guess I could have seen that in the menu. In this menu, but scavenger meat. So I mean, cooking in intervals of 3, which would mean 15, would give me scavenger meat. Prepare a meal. Make 5 with that. That'll give me another 500 health of healing. Still leave me with some pumpkins. Do I have perennial wine? I don't think I do. I looked at this a minute ago, right? I'm still short on, oh, I do have 4 perennial wines, so I would need to grill, 12 boar meats. Go up. Fry the meats. Boar meats. And... oh, I didn't even... I forgot that roll meat is a thing now. Wait, did I grill boar meat or bear meat? Oh, I think I grilled bear meat. I grilled bear meat. Damn it. Ah, what recipes are gonna want raw bear meat instead of fried meat? God damn it. This is why I hate the cooking. Because of stupid crap like that. And stupid crap like this. Where instead of keeping you in the menu to just go 1, 2, 3 and refreshing it, they kick you all the way back out and you gotta go to the beginning and... God. Recipes need different types of specific meats in specific states of cookedness. I cannot abide by this. I can tolerate it, but I will absolutely not advocate for cooking being such an awesome, phenomenal addition to this game, because it is just tedious, it is convoluted, it is fiddly. I do not like it being implemented the way that it was. Okay, so that is leading into manageable enemies, like wolves and rats. Maybe I can explore that section of the woods. Did I see text appear above my screen? A swampweed joint. What is this thing for? The sealed wooden box, basically. Why is there no gate or door on this thing? Wouldn't you want to use this for storage? Burmer something was up there.
Mój mąż uważa inaczej. Lepiej by było, gdyby się przymknął. Nie mogę zajmować się wszystkim.
Nie wiem, kto cię tu wpuścił, ale najwyraźniej muszę pogadać o tym z Willemem. Czego szukasz na mojej ziemi?
Anything valuable.
Gdybym sama tego nie widziała,
And I will be looking on more than just your land, but also
tego nie widziała.
your property, your interior property.
Ktoś musi pracować.
This is the guy who shot himself in the face
Nie mogę
with the
zajmować
trigger,
się
but then felt something pierce his chest. I've read that multiple times. So don't mind me. I'm just gonna sneak into your kitchen
Lepiej by było,
and then
gdyby
up your stairs.
o której wszyscy wiedzą. Nie mogę zajmować się wszystkim u wszystkich. Nie mów.
Mój mąż uważa inaczej.
On po prostu za dużo gada.
Whoa.
Niczego jej już nie
Did
powiem.
not expect there to be a person up here. So who is this? And is he gonna see me when I walk in front of him?
Nie mów. Naprawdę.
It might not matter because I'm not seeing a lot of really
Słyszałam co innego.
enticing valuables on that side of the room.
To bardzo
Są
typowe.
na to duże szanse. Ktoś musi pracować.
Doprawdy? A to ciekawe.
Well, at some point, my telekinesis did target something that was like Burmer's something, like Burmer's lousy, dusty journal. So I guess I could telekinesis that, and somehow these guys would not notice. They'll see me as soon as I walk over here.
Nikomu tego nie powtarzaj.
I'm perfectly concealed behind the armchair. Do not look at me while I steal this dusty journal. Yep.
Słyszałam co innego.
Come at me, bro. So what is a Burmer Dusty Journal? Looks like the Lorenzo finally convinced me to leave Lyran. In his last letter, he wrote that it's no longer safe to travel by the sea, and his royal prickness Robar will soon seize all my caravels.
Och, moja
It's a
głowa.
really necessities with me and Kyle. Maybe on Archolos, this layabout will learn something, and one day be worthy to call himself my son. Kyle, I'm about to get attacked.
Jeszcze cię dorwę.
Let me read your book in peace. Took a single glance at the farm Lorenzo told me about, and I couldn't get myself together once I saw all his mess. The mill was about to collapse. Field raiders were ravaging the field, yada yada. Let's get back to the town, talks to Marcello, the owner of this shithole. It looks like he'll sell me the farm as a symbolic crate of wine. Lorenzo promised to send me to the men to help, but I don't know what was going to be like. They do more harm than good. Time to look for workers on my own. Finding a reliable worker these days, all my employees are nothing more than a bunch of slackers, except for Willem. At least he forces those bastards to work. Thanks to his discipline and Lorenzo's mercenaries, I got rid of all the beasts from the fields. Maybe there's still hope for this place. Nothing like terribly exciting. Nothing like incriminating or gaining super deep insights about the situation. It's just basic history of how he got the land and his relationships with a couple of different people. We know he's not real fond of Lorenzo. Or perhaps Robar. He's got a kid named Kyle, or somebody who he's adopted to be his kid, who I did not see on the farm. And Kyle is another one of those names that sounds like it would have been somebody from Gothic 1, but I don't know who. Like a random digger, maybe. Possibly a new camp rogue. Somebody who did not have a very prominent role in a quest, if this is a real character. He's just like random dialogue guy. Who are you?
Kim jesteś?
Jestem Bermar, a to moja farma. Nic więcej nie musisz wiedzieć.
How you doing?
Co słychać?
Uważaj, chłopcze. Wszystko, co tu widzisz, należy do mnie, a ja nie znoszę złodziei.
Do you have a
Masz
job?
może dla mnie jakąś pracę?
Nie potrzebuję w tym momencie dodatkowych rąk do pracy w gospodarstwie. Powoli kończymy zbiory i jeśli nic nagle nie zniszczy mojej farmy, to będzie mój najlepszy rok. Nie dość, że ziemia dobrze obrodziła, to ceny wyższe niż w dawnych latach. Możesz porozmawiać z moimi pracownikami. Może któryś z nich będzie potrzebował pilnej pomocy. Słyszysz to? Ten dzieciak znowu zaczął swoje piłowanie. Chyba głowa mi odpadnie.
To twoja farma, nie możesz go wywalić?
Just tell him to stop.
To nie takie proste. Ten głupek z 2 lewymi rękami to mój syn, Kyle. Sam kazałem mu znaleźć jakieś zajęcie, żeby nie obijał się całymi dniami. Skąd mogłem wiedzieć, że postanowi postawić ten zbitek desek pod samym domem? Pytałeś o pracę, więc może chciałbyś się zająć moim synem.
Mam się nim opiekować?
Wystarczy, że pomożesz mu znaleźć mniej irytujące zajęcie. A nawet jeśli to się nie uda, to kilka godzin bez tego przeklętego hałasu też będzie dobre.
Reluctant student. The landowner Burmer asked me to find work for his son. He says that Kyle fails every task he's given with. First File on Valerio's vineyard, and now Kyle. File and Kyle? I think that's a typo on Felly. What's wrong with all these young farmers these days? If I manage to get the boy interested in anything or teach him something useful, Burmer promised me a reward. I should find Kyle somewhere around the landowner's house. Now, he said boards under the house. This can't be under the house. You don't have a cellar, do you? It's just outside the house. I guess there's the overhang. I forget what the architectural term for this is, but it's kind of under that. Did I save before talking to somebody? I saved before the journal, so... Hey, you! Hey, what are you building?
Cześć, co tu budujesz?
Stawiam spichlerz dla mojego ojca. Muszę ci powiedzieć, że idzie mi to coraz lepiej. Będzie gdzie trzymać tegoroczne plony.
Czy spichlerz nie powinien mieć drzwi?
Cholera, zupełnie o tym zapomniałem. Nieważne, wytnę na nie miejsce później, gdy już reszta będzie gotowa.
So the wooden box behind me is supposed to be a storage, and this guy screwed it up. That's kind of fun. Maybe if I do this, I can like ingratiate myself to him and make him more receptive to me, versus if I just come on to him saying, "Hey, yo, your father wants me to make you work."
Jestem tu nowy, mógłbyś pokazać mi farmę?
Nie ma tutaj raczej nic ekscytującego. Myślisz, że czemu zabrałem się za budowanie tego spichlerza? Pracuję nad nim już prawie każdego dnia, od dobrych kilku tygodni. Właściwie to zasłużyłem na jakąś przerwę. Poszukajmy czegoś ciekawszego do roboty. Masz jakieś pomysły?
I could teach him blacksmithing. Go hunting.
Mogę nauczyć cię co nieco o kowalstwie.
Walenie młotem o kawałek żelaza przez cały dzień? Jedyna głupsza czynność to chyba walenie kilowym o kawałek kamienia.
I mean, realistically, I shouldn't have been offering that, because Burmer wanted him to stop being so loud, and working metal is going to be a hell of a lot louder than sawing wood and hammering nails.
Chciałbyś wyruszyć na wspólne polowanie?
Oszalałeś? Okoliczne lasy są pełne tych cholernych wilków. Nie mam zamiaru ryzykować własnego życia.
Well, that's the main extent of my skills. So I can't think of
Nic nie
anything.
przychodzi mi do głowy.
Nic nie szkodzi. Wiem jak to jest. Czasami całymi dniami spaceruję po polach i nie wiem co robić. Chodź, pokażę ci moje ulubione miejsce.
Where is your favorite place?
Nie mogę się zajmować wszystkim i wszystkimi.
We're not heading to the beach, are we? Where the dead guy is? With all the cooking ingredients?
Czy ten młyn nie jest wspaniały? A może, gdy skończy mój spichlerz, to sam zabiorę się za postawienie takiego młyna? Pomyśl tylko, jaki musi być widok tam z góry. Szkoda, że nie można od środka dostać się jakoś na dach. Mam pomysł! Co ty na to, żeby spróbować się na niego wspiąć od zewnątrz?
Have you never climbed up it? You've been on this farm how long? And you're just now thinking that you want to climb this? Are we gonna climb up the ladder? Like, is he actually gonna fall? Like, I have no choice but to let him go up, apparently.
Nie zabronię ci próbować, ale to nie ja będę cię później zbierał.
What happened? There was a slight lag. Kyle has this crazy idea to climb up the mill of his father. I'll give him a moment to think of how stupid this sounds. I'll do it. Okay, I won't, because I don't know if there is a way to get up there. I thought maybe this ladder went all the way up, but it's... Really, there's no good way to climb up there. Even the tree, you can't climb the tree and then jump over. Suppose you could maybe grab onto these sill plates or whatever these things are, these horizontal beams that make up the outer edges of the next floor, but once again I'm looking at this realizing they don't have any cross beams, so these boards up ahead very, very rigid if they are not sagging in the middle at this point after all this time. So what, you still want to climb this thing?
Tak sobie myślę. Wiesz
Maybe-
co, może póki co sobie odpuścimy to całe wspinanie?
Maybe
Chodź,
if you built a
nauczę cię
bigger
łowić
ladder.
ryby. Niedaleko stąd jest mały staw. Farmerzy mówili, że zawsze tam dobrze biorą ryby.
Okay. We can go fishing.
Świetnie, są nawet wędki.
Well, there used to be. I stole them.
Trzymaj, ta jest dla ciebie. Zobaczymy, kto złowi więcej.
Well, you know, I have 96, 94% extraction, so probably gonna be me. We've been fishing quite a while. What time is it? 20:01.
Masz coś?
Nie.
Cholera, ja też nie. Chrzanić to łowienie ryb. Ci durni rolnicy musieli wszystkie wystraszyć.
Where are we going?
Wiem, co będziemy teraz robić. Wspinanie na młyn to była przesada, przyznaję. Może zaczniemy od drzewa?
Why do you want to climb things?
Czemu aż tak ci zależy, żeby się wspinać?
Pomyśl, ile to daje korzyści. Można wchodzić na drzewa, po świeże jabłka, można ścinać tylko małe gałęzie potrzebne na ognisko, no i można też ukrywać się przed wilkami.
I'm beginning to remember a D&D adventure module that I ran many, many years ago, where one of my players took the climbing skill and insisted on using climbing for every single problem. Rarely did it work, but I tried to accommodate it when I could. This guy is reminding me of that.
Dobra, patrz jak to się robi.
So I'm gonna actually climb it, okay. Kyle got back to his brilliant idea of climbing up things. Luckily this time it's just a tree. I'll show him how to do it first. I sincerely hope his father will pay me handsomely after I'm done with this man. Why am I doing this? I'm supposed to be getting him to do something other than saw, right? Wants to find work. Climbing a tree is not work. If I get him interested in anything or teach him something useful, this is not work. It's not teaching him anything. Notice how very carefully this tree had to be constructed to allow you to climb up it.
Widzisz, to nic trudnego.
And so now is he gonna try to come up here and break his neck? Can I curl up into a ball and then get carried away by a giant crow to another land? Perhaps back to the starting area for extra special items or anything like that? Can I drop items and trade with a bird here? Sparkly things? I guess not. There's nothing else that I can grab up here, is there? I would like my torch back. Thank you. Don't want to burn down the farm. Okay.
Twoja kolej.
And he falls.
Dobrze, a teraz mnie stąd ściągnij.
O czym ty mówisz?
Nie przyglądałem się jak schodzisz. Musisz mi pomóc.
Excuse me while I burn my face with this torch. I mean, I'm supposed to be babysitting him, so I'll look for something. Like, is Barmer gonna be upset with me if I leave his kid up in a tree?
Nigdzie się nie ruszaj, poszukam czegoś.
This dork got stuck on the tree. I should find a way to get him down, else I can forget about the reward from his father. Set up a ladder for Kyle.
I to nazywa się przygoda. Gdybym tylko miał odpowiednio długą drabinę, to może mógłbym wspiąć się nawet na młyn ojca. Dzięki za dzisiaj. Miło było porobić coś innego i czegoś przy okazji się nauczyć.
Kyle reached the ground safe and sound. He might have even learned something from that little venture. I'm sure Burmer would love to hear about it. This is not productive at all. I have just encouraged him to build a giant ladder to climb on top of the mill. And the ladder is probably going to be weak, and it's going to snap when he's climbing up it, and then he's going to die. Or he's going to fall off the roof and die. I feel like I have just ensured this kid's demise. Hey Burmer, I put stupid ideas in your kid's head and now he's gonna follow through with them. How do you feel about that?
Zająłem się twoim synem.
I jak wam się udał dzień? Udało ci się nauczyć go czegokolwiek przydatnego?
Nauczyłem go co nieco o wspinaczce.
Mam tylko nadzieję, że zbytnio tam nie ryzykowaliście. Dobrze, że chłopak nauczył się czegokolwiek przydatnego. Następnym razem, gdy napadną go w lesie wilki, przynajmniej będzie potrafił się przed nimi schronić. Wiem, jak Kyle potrafi być uciążliwy. Dlatego tym bardziej dziękuję, że się nim zająłeś. Trzymaj. To w ramach nagrody.
We're really treating climbing as like a successful endeavor here.
Tak dalej być nie może.
I really need to find a place to sell these known recipes. It's gotta be someone that won't be getting a bunch of new recipes, because I don't want to then have a million known recipes to cycle through later in the game. But whatever that recipe was, pickled turnips, I must already know it, because I didn't see any... Yeah, I didn't see any unknown recipes.
Nie sądzę, żeby w tej sprawie coś się zmieniło.
I guess I could ask Willem, maybe he would have work for the rats in the fields, but I don't want to accidentally advance the other quest. I think this was the guy who like accosted me about the rules when I first got here.
Na brzegu znalazłem ciało kobiety.
Ciało kobiety? Cholera. Co jakiś czas znajdujemy zwłoki na plaży, ale ostatnio jest ich coraz więcej. Ludzie uciekają od wojny, ale boję się, że przywiozą ją ze sobą. Dzięki za informację. Później się tym zajmę.
So that's the main quest. Who are you?
Kim jesteś?
Na imię mi Willem. Jestem tu ochroniarzem. A ty właśnie wszedłeś na posesję Bermara. Jeśli nie masz interesu do mojego szefa, natychmiast stąd zawróć.
Mógłbyś mnie czegoś nauczyć?
Czy ja wiem? Złoto masz? Jeśli tak, to mogę ci pokazać, jak szybko machać lekką bronią.
Show me your skills.
Ucz mnie.
Mam nadzieję, że nie...
Looks like it might be standard cost. Possibly. Tell me about Burmer.
Co możesz mi powiedzieć o Bermarze?
Bermar to gospodarz tej farmy. Wymaga dużo, ale płaci szczodrze. Wiele lat temu wykupił tę ziemię od poprzedniego właściciela, który nie radził sobie z jej zarządzaniem. Dzięki wsparciu gildii, Bermar wyłożył duży majątek na odbudowę potencjału farmy. Nieużytki zamienił w pola, a w miejscu starego młyna postawił nowy.
And what about the burned one down the road?
Wasz młyn wygląda zupełnie jak ten spalony na drodze do miasta.
Dokładnie. Tamten również należał kiedyś do Bermara. Z jakiegoś powodu bardzo często uderzały obok niego pioruny. Może to przez tą wysokość i położenie. Któregoś dnia, po wielu tygodniach suszy, jeden w końcu uderzył prosto w wiatrak. Całość z okolicznymi zabudowaniami spłonęła w ciągu kilku chwil. I tak od wielu lat. Bermar sobie obiecuje, że go odbuduje, ale póki co nic z tego nie wyszło.
Are you gonna put lightning rods up around it so that way it doesn't get burned? It'd be kind of unwise to just rebuild the same thing in the same spot if it's attracting lightning so much. How you doing?
Jak leci?
Wszystko po staremu. Pracowników trzeba pilnować, a to nie jest łatwe, gdy się jest w tej robocie samemu. Ale staruszkowi słowo się rzekło.
How about blowing up rat mounds?
Nie potrzebujecie dodatkowej pary rąk do pracy?
Właściwie to jest coś, czym możesz się zająć. W wyniku podtopień mieliśmy tu ostatnio spory bałagan. Wiatr uszkodził młyn, a długotrwałe ulewy sprawiły, że plony zwyczajnie przegniły. Większość szkód naprawiliśmy, ale trzeba tu trochę posprzątać. Jeśli chcesz pomóc, możesz pozbierać ryby z wybrzeża na południe stąd. Widzę też, że należysz do gildii Archolos. Od lat szef utrzymuje dobre kontakty z kupcami. Zajrzyj do niego, a może znajdzie dla ciebie jakieś dodatkowe zlecenie.
Okay. Well, I've already done the fish. And I wonder what the dialogue would have been if I were in the guard. Would it still just be an excuse to go do something, or is this like an actual faction difference? Also, this music that's playing is the same music at the very beginning of the game that kept cutting out for extended periods of the time. I'm beginning to think it's the track itself that has 30 seconds or a minute or whatever of baked-in silence, or it's just not coded to loop right, because it keeps playing and then stopping and then coming back in with those long pauses.
Czemu nie? Każda moneta się przyda. Pomogę wam pozbierać te ryby.
Dobrze. W takim razie idź drogą na południe stąd, aż miniesz młyn. Przejdź się wybrzeżem i pozbieraj tyle ryb, ile zdołasz. Za każdą z nich otrzymasz ode mnie zapłatę. Część ryb na pewno nie będzie nadawała się do zjedzenia, więc zbieraj tylko te, które wyglądają ci na świeże.
W porządku.
Jest jeszcze coś. Woda czasami wyrzuca na brzeg różne śmieci. Niektóre z nich mogą okazać się cenne. Jeśli jakieś znajdziesz, możesz je zatrzymać w ramach dodatkowej nagrody.
Dzięki, wrócę niebawem.
What are the fish?
Nie będę ci zawracał głowy.
Mądry chłopak.
How many fish? Wilma wants me to go to the beach and pick up all the fish. I will receive payment for each one. If I find any valuables, I have to keep them. So I get... Did he only... Does the quest only expect a specific
Chwila.
amount?
Proszę, to wszystkie ryby, jakie udało mi się zebrać.
Przyniosłeś więcej niż się spodziewałem. Całkiem nieźle.
40.
Większość z nich wydaje się zjadliwa. Te ryby wystarczą nam na długie tygodnie. Dobra robota, mały. Oto twoja zapłata.
Nie będę ci zawracał głowy.
I don't know that I picked up 40 fish down there, did I? I mean, I have so many fish. Giving him 40 is no big deal.
Chwila. Nie masz dla mnie jakiejś roboty na boku?
Roboty na boku, powiadasz? Chciałbyś zarobić, rozumiem. Może i miałbym małą robótkę. Spójrz na tamte poletko. To z drzewem. Mam dla ciebie zagadkę. Co jest z nim nie tak?
Ma za mało słońca?
Nie, durniu. Podpowiem ci. Zresztą sam to zauważysz, jak się po nim przejdziesz. Pełno tam szczurzych nur. Ale cholera. Jakie to są szczury! Nie wiem, skąd się te cholerstwa wzięły, ale skórę mają twardą prawie tak samo, jak dobrze sklecona zbroja. Próbowałem je wytępić, ale zbyt dużo się ich namnożyło i zbyt głębokie mają nory, żeby można było coś z tym zrobić.
Skoro taki wojak jak ty sobie nie poradził, to co ja mogę?
No już, nie kpij. Kupiłem od alchemika przepis na trutkę, tylko na Beliara. Nigdy nie lubiłem się babrać w tych wszystkich menzurkach, fiolkach i innych takich. Poza tym, po prostu nie mam tutaj na to warunków. To jak? Załatwisz sprawę?
Dobra, zajmę się tymi szczurami.
To świetnie. Trzymaj ten przepis. Tylko postaraj się pozbyć szczurów, a nie nas.
Recipe for rat poison.
Nie będę ci zawracał...
So do I need level 1 alchemy for this? Or can I take it to another alchemist and ask them to brew it for me? Alchemy required none. Interesting.
Rozumiem.
Rat poison. To prepare the substance, grind the following ingredients at the alchemist's table, then mix them in a flask with water and pour the resulting ooze into a flat dish and wait for it to solidify into a permanent form. Crush the lump, then transfer to a bag and secure thoroughly. Note, highly caustic agent, avoid contact with skin. Ingredients are a flask, dark mushroom, meadow knotweed, piece of fried rat meat, and of course a little water. Place the poison directly next to the pest's burrow, light the fire, and wait for the effects. Caution, pests frightened out of the burrows by poisonous fumes may attack. So, okay. Seems easy enough. And meanwhile, Burmer might have some work for me that has to do with my affiliation with the guild. Did I loot this chest already? I forget. Wasn't sure if I tried to while Burmer was down here or not. Heyo, that's nice. Plenty more silver to sell. Now that it's nighttime, maybe I can steal his journal. And anything else up here. Or these guys will just sit there all day for the rest of their lives, so maybe not. And y'all ain't got no alchemy
Cholera,
tables
co
around
się
here, do you?
dzieje?
I gotta go somewhere else for that? Like, was there one in the mill? I thought I saw one somewhere here. I don't remember where. Is there always a sailboat down there? Okay, I don't see an alchemy table. Drop. There's now a carrier.
Hej,
Hey, you take me to
zabierz mnie do...
Sailor's Retreat, forest near Seelbach, Hammer Coast, Shipyard, Harbor.
W sumie to się...
That's one more fast travel point. But who has an alchemy table around here? There might not be one if that's half the reason that he's not doing it himself. Whoa.
Naprawdę, sama widziałam.
Yo, Burmer, where are you at? I want to talk to you about guild work.
Tego nie powtarzaj.
Nie ma szans.
Burmer! First wolves, oh my god. That's gotta be up in the Vardhall area, yep. There's just more and more varieties of tougher versions of existing animals in this mod. There's wolves, there's black wolves, apparently there's cursed wolves. Oh, now Burmer's standing out here.
Naprawdę,
Burmer.
sama widziałam.
How you,
Hej,
how you doing?
co słychać?
Morris może oferować mi całe wozy złota, ale póki jestem żywy, nie położy swoich łap na mojej ziemi.
Was I supposed to talk to Burmer or Lorenzo?
Doprawdy? A to ciekawe.
I don't know. I'm gonna go to the Merchant Guild, though.
Hej. Zabierz...
Not the guild mine, but the city of Archolos.
Miasta Archolos.
No ależ oczywiście.
Try talking to Lorenzo. And while I'm in town, I can brew up some of that poison. I don't know if there's an alchemy table in here or not, though. The guards have an alchemy table. Hey, you.
Hej, ty!
Well, you might want to get out of the floor there. Okay. It kind of seems to me like that line about getting work for Burmer because I'm in the guild may have had nothing to do with being in the guild.
Chcę odebrać nagrodę za upolowaną bestię.
Doskonale. To paskudztwo dostatecznie długo sprawiało już problemy. Trzymaj. Oto twoja nagroda.
Kind of sounds like he was just telling me to go talk to Burmer for a quest, and then the quest ended up being the one to babysit Kyle and teach him how to climb. Still no dialogue with you?
Są na to duże szanse.
Where is the nearest alchemy table? Might be in the guard shack with the medic, unless this is one over here. Oh. Hey, you. Well, I'm gonna have to get you off of this one so that way I can use it. Nope. Excuse me. This is not an alchemy table, apparently. Could warp to the water mages, they would certainly have one, won't they? Other. Hair poison, rat poison. I forgot that I have to fry rat meat for that. Great. Do you guys have a stove in here? Of course you don't. How about you, Alice? Do you have a stove? I feel like I went through this with you already. I was looking for a stove and you didn't have one? No. Oh, she does have one. Okay, good. Let me use your stove for a minute. To fry the rat meat. Rat meat. I'll fry one rat meat. And while I'm at it, I'll sleep in your bed to recover my lost mana, so that way I can warp back to somewhere. Maybe I don't need to warp, because I can't warp directly there. I have to warp directly back to Burma. I can warp to the cave near there, and then run the rest of the way. Might be the same amount of time as me looking for a runner to take me there. Here we are. Other bear poison, rat poison, one. Although, what if I need more than one? Because aren't there multiple hills? Five bottles of poison, okay. Alright. Go grill 4 more pieces of meat. Use your stove again, Alice. Fry the meat. Raw rat meat. Oh, it's 5. Prepare the poison, rat poison. You see, the alchemy tab does this. Why does the cooking tab not do this? The alchemy tab lets you brew one at a time and doesn't boot you to the top of the menu. It is just the cooking menu that decides to screw with you. It might have been faster to find a runner in town. There's one somewhere near the harbor districts in the Artisan Guild exchange area. At least this way I'm saving $10. Finding things that I somehow missed the last time around. Like, how could I possibly have missed this meadow knotweed right in the middle of the intersection? I'm shocked at how many things there are. Like, I'll accept missing a meadowberry in the middle of a bush. But a meadow knotweed, that big old bushy, whatever you call the leaves that stick up at the middle of an intersection, like, how did I miss that? Now I'm hearing lurkers. Like, what? This stuff has to be respawning on me. Like, there are active spawns happening in this game. There's no quest reason for these guys to have spawned, right? It is just the game randomly spawning more enemies to keep it populated with things. I guess I'm okay with that. Makes the game world a little bit more dynamic and unpredictable, but that does also interfere with the idea of, you know, min-maxing your character.
Cholera, jak to cuchnie.
If there's going to be a infinite amount of creatures in the game, you know, might compel someone to explore everywhere all the time, causing extra tedium trying to get all the XP they can. So I'm certainly not going to put in that amount of effort. Alright, so here's the question. As I'm igniting all these rat holes, is the last one gonna give me, like, the mother of all rats? Am I gonna get, what is it, Drakengard? Is that what it's called? I gotta look at my shelf. The Dark Eye Drakenzong. Am I gonna get Mother Ratzinski'd with, like, an uber giant boss rat on the last one? There it is. It's hiding from me. But they didn't want to attack me. They just want to eat their comrades. Well, I did not get Mother Ratzinski'd.
Nic tu nie ma.
But that Mother Ratzinski quest in Drakenzong is hilarious, because it's relatively early in the game, and they set you up with the typical rats in the cellar quests, and then you get down there, and it's this super difficult boss fight that I could not beat. I tried so hard, and I came back a little later, and it still kept killing my whole party. And I remember telling my roommates at the time, like, yeah, this is like the hardest quest I've ever experienced in a game, and it's to clear rats in the cellar.
Niczego jej już nie powiem.
What does my journal say? Nothing? I did 5.
Może jednak nie trzeba spisywać tak szybko was, młodych, na straty. Jak chcecie, to coś tam potraficie zdziałać. Bogowie, jak to śmierdziało! Do teraz czuję ten zapach. Jak ty tam wytrzymałeś w tych oparach?
Nie bardzo miałem czas o tym myśleć, gdy rzuciło się na mnie stado szczurów.
Racja. Mówiłem, że to straszne gnidy. Trzymaj. Należy ci się solidny mieszek.
Big bag of gold.
Nie będę ci zawracał.
200 gold. Pretty nice. Alright. Still fairly early in the day, so I can go explore in the woods back here, I think, even though there's a danger sign. Oh, here it is. I knew there was an alchemy table somewhere in this farm. I didn't have to go all the way back to town. It was just behind the main lodge and I couldn't see it. But either way, I still thought maybe I needed to go back to talk to Lorenzo because of that odd line of dialogue from Willem about me being in the guild and Burmer being on good friendly terms with the guild and maybe getting some work for him for something, so... There was more of an incentive to go back to town than just to find a alchemy table.
Niczego tu nie znajdę.
I guess these must be empty grog bottles if I can't loot them. But what did this structure used to be or start to be? It must have used to be, because why would the walls be all messed up if it was only partially constructed? Was it destroyed by a rock? Like a landslide that busted up part of the walls and they abandoned it halfway through construction? And if we look here, we see the very different ground textures. Oh my god, that must be a sea shark. We got these ground textures that look very much like Valley of Mines style, which suggests to me that this is officially in that Vardal area of the game. Oh, that's spooky cursed goblin sounds. I don't want to fight that. Those things hit hard, especially if I'm fighting multiples at once. So I will not go up that. But I will come look at this sea shark, I think is what it's gonna be. And it might be a weird spooky cemetery all the way in the distance. And still no sign of any bloodflies. The bloodfly has suddenly become the rarest, most endangered species on this island, and I am in desperate need of them for a quest. Okay, we got skeleton and zombie over there. I can kill skeletons and zombies. Almost an hour and a half on the session. What is... oh my god, that thing is like a giant slug. Was it gonna stand up like a swamp shark when I fight it? Then it's gonna look a lot bigger and scarier. I mean, it kind of sounds like a swamp shark. Oh, yeah, definitely. They took the swamp shark sound effects. Oops. Okay, it has super range. Super range. It gets interrupted pretty easily, but if you do stand there the whole time, it will just attack you. So that's a sea shark skin and sea shark fangs. Food, apples, and pastry. I think I need maybe one more before I get another point of... Oh, I could have eaten this. I don't need it. Two more apples and pastry before I get my next point of strength, I think. So who is this? He's got different type of armor. Soaked journal. It is a miracle that most of the words are still readable. Entry 1. We sailed out of the harbor late. They say the wind is not strong enough. My squad mate Detlef heard that Admiral Ansgar had some mutineers. He was assigned as a sailor. I was assigned as a sailor of the Pride of Myrtana. I thought the ship was larger than that. As we set sail, several men are hastily completing the rear mast restoration work. I hope it will hold off. It's been 3 days since we left Vanguard, and only today we had Lieutenant Mario's first roll call. Mario is a guy from Gothic 2, I believe. Think Mario is the guy, the city guard that you can recruit to go to Irdorath, if I'm remembering correctly. But anyway, it was a rather typical talk. Someone in the crowd said he'd done something in the Battle of Varant. Maybe he did, but what does a land army commander know about fighting at sea? The Admiralty must have gone mad. Entry 3. We lost 2 of our frigates yesterday. They say they crashed into the rocks near Corinus. Mario says it was that damn fog, but people are talking about the Admiral's mistake and the orcs. Somewhere out there are these bastards. Let them get their mouths off out of that milk, and we will greet them the Myrtanian way with cannon fire. So this guy is from the mainland? Or somewhere else? What's his armor that's supposed to be, though? It's like real orangey. God, like I want to swim out here and explore this. There might be a hidden cave or something, but I've got a really bad feeling like it's gonna be a waste of time. If only there were a speed potion for swimming. It kind of looks like there's some mule merts under here. Oh, there's something. I can't interact with it, though. Did I get screwed by the map again? Like, what happened? Is this actually not an interactive item? Wasting even more of my time trying to figure this out. Making me swim all the way back here just so I can try to draw a weapon and see if my targeting is working right. The corpse is gone. Good grief. Yeah, well, the last time that I had an issue not being able to target something after looking at the map, drawing my weapon seemed to fix it, so maybe that will have fixed it. Hey, there you go. So if nothing else, I'm at least getting mule merts out of it. There is a mule mert here, but I can't interact with it because it's partially inside a rock. I can't climb onto these rocks from this angle. So there's no cave that I can see out here. My assumption has always been that if I swim too far out into this area with like the coral or whatever that is down there, that I will get killed. And I don't want to do that. So for instance, like there could be something around that corner there, but I'm not gonna go that far unless I can save somewhere close by. Like, can I stand on this rock? Hell yeah. I can also look at the map and just double check. So that makes it seem doubtful that there would be anything, but I can at least rest assured knowing that now I can test what'll happen if I swim too far out and not have to swim all the way out here and grab everything again. So we'll see if there's a animation of some monster eating me. Maybe it'll just black screen teleport me back. Well, somewhere down here is a mule mert. I suppose it's possible there could be an underwater, like, cave entrance somewhere. Like they did with Zardas's collapsed tower in Gothic 1. But, yeah. Can't aim the camera down while I'm underwater. Doesn't look like there's anything under here. So the time has come, I think, to just swim out and see how far I can get before the game either kills me or teleports me or before I get concerned about being too far out and then reload my save, so that way I don't have to swim out here again. Well, they're letting me get a lot farther out from land than I would have expected. So, like, these rocks over here, for instance, I might actually be able to get there. That's the Sailor's Retreat, and at one point I had assumed that all these rocks out here were well beyond the normal reach that you could get to, but sure as hell looks like I can get there. Which means that at some point, I might want to go out there and check that. I'm not going to do it now, but good to have that in the back of my mind to check later. If I swim out there from Sailor's Retreat, it would probably be faster. But I saw movement way up here. What was that? See that? What is that? It's on top of the rock. Is that a harpy? I think it's a harpy. Most interesting. It might actually be a black harpy, the even stronger version. And now there's a snapper, like, just falling down the cliff. Okay. What? Is it dead? Is it gonna attack me? Oh my god, it's a cursed snapper. It's gonna kill me. Oh dear. Oh no. This is not what I need right now. Where'd it go? There's a mule merc back there. I don't want it. Not if there's a cursed snapper. Oh god. Oh no. He's gonna kill me. No. What if I'm stuck and I can never get out of here? Like that save that I made back there. What if that's permanently okay? Good. Oh! I was super worried that, you know, anytime I tried to come back this way, if that cursed snapper was always going to be there, and I was just going to be completely dead trying to come back from that. It's a good thing that I was able to beat it. Not quite enough for my +1 strength, I guess. Okay, but there's still a fair amount of woods here to explore. I'm getting up there in time and I need to take a break, so I will end it here and keep exploring in a little bit.